What's going on, everybody? Budget here, and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories. And Leeds United have done it. It is clear, it is done, it is confirmed. Burnley have just beaten Sheffield United 2-1, and we are promoted. We are back to the promised land after a 6-0 crushing victory today. What a day of football it has been. What a few days of football it has been. Big win on Friday and, of course, a huge win today. We were all sat there licking our chops, hoping that Sheffield United wouldn't get the job done against Burnley, and they didn't. So now both Leeds and Burnley sit on 94 points with 2 games to go. 8 clear points clear of Sheffield United, and the job for promotion is finally over, and we have done it. It's been a long, arduous season full of ups and downs and twists and turns. You didn't know whether Leeds were going to get the job done. We had a 7-point gap on Burnley. We dropped that. We dropped down into 3rd even, out of the automatic zone. And I said to you then, I have a feeling, a real feeling, that could just be Leeds' blip out of the way early, and hopefully other teams start to drop points after, and that's exactly how it turned out. Leeds got our blip out the way early. Sheffield United had their blip these past couple of weeks, dropping 9 points in a week. That was huge for Leeds, and now Leeds have finally done it. We're all there. I'm sure you guys are popping drinks to celebrate tonight, out there getting blasted, having a good time. I hope you're all drinking and celebrating responsibly, but of course the responsible thing to do is to let your hair down and have a great time. Phenomenal time. What a day, what a season, what a time. I have to say, for me, this season has come down to a few players, especially. I would be looking at Tanaka, Solomon, or Dan James for my player of the year, but you have to look elsewhere also. Look at the job Joe Rodon's done all year. He started the season off patchy. He was losing 80% of his aerial duels over the first 10-11 games of the season, and I sat there saying, was this a bad signing? Was he someone who was great on loan, but once we've signed him hasn't quite really done the mustard? But the rest of the season he has been phenomenal. He's had a partnership change of either Stroik at times, and now it's been Ethan Ampadu, especially with Stroik's injury, now that Ampadu's come back into the side. And speaking of Ethan Ampadu, the injuries to both Ampadu and Gruev at the beginning of the season seemed very dangerous for Leeds, but ended up being a massive blessing in disguise, because we saw the rise of Joe Rothwell at peaks in the season, and most importantly, A.O. Tanaka. What a signing that was. There was a few midfield names that were touted for Leeds in that transfer window, especially after we got those injuries, but Tanaka was the one we landed on deadline day, and that ended up being the key to Leeds' season. His form has been imperative to everything Leeds have done. He has been captain consistent this year. I want to give a huge shout out to him, and for a lot of people he is their player of the season. For me, it is very close between him, Solomon, and Dan James. As I said, I would have been edging towards Dan James, but just over the past 5 or 6 games, especially after Dan James's injury, the way Solomon has really picked up his form in key moments and really helped us win some vital points over these past 3 or 4 weeks, I might just be edging towards him. But I wouldn't hate you if you suggested any of the other 2 names I just named, or any other ones. And I would like to actually know down below who you guys would have as your player of the season for this year, because it is a real toss-up between those few. I mean, you have to look at Joel Pirot as well. I mean, I know he scored 4 goals today. That doesn't necessarily mean that in his bad moments that people are wrong for saying that he drifts in and out of games and maybe isn't a natural 9 in a Fark system. But you have to give him his flowers when he does do what he did today. 4 goals today. No Pirot, no party, no goals in literally 10 games. And then he goes and scores 4 in a half of football. So you have to give him his props. What a fucking game he had today. What a game a lot of them had today. And I really want to look at Firpo and Bogle, the two fullbacks, I think they have gone under the radar and had phenomenal seasons for Leeds. I know Byram's come in his patches for either of them, especially Firpo when he was out for a few games, but those two have been capped inconsistent week in, week out. Bogle today again, so scintillating on the ball when he gets forward. His touches, his movement, everything was really, really good for Bogle today and has been for the majority of the season. He has been a heck of a signing, and we signed him from Sheffield United. We saw how mad Hamface was when we signed him at the beginning of the year. Well, he's even more mad now that they've missed out on automatic promotion. And you know what? It is sweet, sweet karma, because if you take yourselves back 5 or 6 years ago to Bielsa's first year in the Championship for Leeds United, we were sat there in the automatic zone. We looked comfy, we looked assured for 90% of the season. We beat Sheffield Wednesday, 4 games to go, 2-1, we thought, with a Jack Harrison goal, or maybe 1-0, sorry, I may be misremembering, and we're sat there licking our lips thinking this is it, Premier League is calling, and we threw it away against Wigan after leading 1-0 in that game, and Sheffield United came back, pipped us to automatic promotion, and they absolutely bathed in the fury of Leeds fans. They absolutely loved every single little bit of dismay that we had, but now it has come back to bite them. They are the ones that have flopped automatic promotion. They are the ones that choked today against Burnley. They are the ones who have thrown the automatic promotion away, and I think it is time to celebrate in the fury of Sheffield United fans out there, and Chris Wilder especially, because they were lapping it up when it was us on the other end of the foot. Now it is them under the boot, so it is just sweet karma in my opinion, and what a beautiful way to do it, with Sheffield United losing today to confirm Leeds' promotion. I know a lot of us out there wanted a draw today so that Burnley would have dropped points, but it's still in our hands, and I do have a lot of confidence with the way Leeds have been playing over these past few games, that Leeds are going to get the job done, finish on that 100 points and win the league title, because the pressure's off us now. We've already got automatic promotion. We've already got what we started the season for, which is get back to the promised land, to get back to the Premier League, and now we just need to see out these next couple of games. They're going to be tough games. We've got Bristol City, of course, fighting to hold on to their playoff place. We've, of course, got Plymouth on the last game of the season, who could still be fighting for survival depending on other results. So it is by no means an easy stretch of games coming up over the next couple of weeks, but we've already got the hard part out of the way, and now it is time to enjoy our football, much like we did today, and just carry on our momentum up towards, hopefully, a league title at the end of the year. But we'll have to wait and see as to whether that comes. I do have faith that it will come. I do have faith that we will see out Burnley, because, you know, how long can they keep their crazy run of form going? But, wow, what a day to be a Leeds United fan. What a day. What a huge momentous occasion. The squad have just been so professional this year. So much quality in there. I know we've had our bad moments. I know there's criticisms over Fark substitutions, and I have been one that has voiced those criticisms. Are there certain things that are repeating themselves from last year? But when it mattered, we kept the strength and the resilience going, and we're now on 94 points. We could hit a record high of 100 points for a season. Could you imagine it? Wow. But oh my days, does it feel good to get over the line. Please let me know down in the comment section down below how you guys are feeling. And don't get it twisted. I know the content's been sparse, but the content is going to be flying off the handles. We're going to be covering a lot of South Stand signings now that we are back in the Premier League. There's going to be some huge signings for Leeds United to be covering this summer. I can't wait to lock in the whole summer with you guys and see exactly who we can sign. But please let me know who you thought your man of the match for today was and who you think the man of this season is for Leeds United down below, and what your overall thoughts are over this promotion. But it has been a torrid campaign at times. The Championship always is, but we got the job done, and it is just so beautiful to look back on this year, look back on that Sunderland game, look back on that Sheffield United game of last month, and how imperative those couple of performances back-to-back really were for Leeds United in getting the job done. because that's what's got us over the line there, are those two results, those two last-minute winners. And now we can look forward and celebrate to Premier League football, playing Man United, playing Chelsea, playing Spurs, playing Arsenal, and maybe even building towards Europa League or Champions League football. Who knows? If Forest and Villa have done it, we can definitely do it. And I know a lot of the sides that have gone up have gone straight back down. The last 6 sides that have gone up have gone straight back down. But if there was any side in the Championship this year that can build in the Premier League, that can invest correctly and stay in the league, it is us. We have the infrastructure, we have the budget, we have everything going for us to build ourselves back to where we want to be. Let me know what you guys think about everything, though, down in the comment section down below. How are you feeling right now, man? Do you feel the rhythm? Do you feel the rhyme? Get on up like it's bobsleigh time. Please let me know. For now, though, I will see you very, very soon. And I mean very, very soon, because there is more content coming thick and fast. But for now, au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.